Hello and thanks for watching this video on triangles on the Venus mount in the palm. The Venus mount is the basal area where the thumb meets the palm, and it's the area of love, stability, home, relationships, friendships. It's stability and it's security. It's all the things pleasurable in life. It's comforts. And triangles are, when found isolated and on their own as an independent marking, palmar marking, it's quite a specific marking, and often it's temporary. Often signs and markings on the palm like this that just sort of appear, like a star on the end of Jupiter, or a square on Luna. These sorts of isolated, independent, specific palmar markings, they are they can come and go. They're temporary. They're more temporary. So I've done a video already on the 7 signs of fame in palmistry, and the reasons why. So what someone commented, and it's a great comment, on as to why I didn't include triangles and stars, why I didn't consider these sorts of signs. Great point. The reason why mostly, I think, is because I was more looking at the kind of inherent requirements for success and therefore fame, whereas there are some sort of more temporary signs of success in the palm, and triangles are one of them. There are many, and there's lots to cover when it comes to these specific palmar markings. So I wanted to kind of break it all down and look at, today we're looking at triangles in the palm, and triangles specifically on the Venus mount. And what this means is it's a person with this has, on the left hand, if they have this, they have inherent sort of charisma, an ability, emotional intelligence, an ability to utilize that. Now, if they have a triangle on their right palm, then they are utilizing that gift, and success will come from utilizing emotional intelligence, and they're very calculated in this way, and that's sometimes seen as quite a bad word. I don't necessarily mean it in a bad way. Often people with triangles on their particularly their right palms, as an isolated palmar marking, they have utilized their skills in understanding love languages in other people. So what I mean by that is how a person responds to certain affections. So some people respond well to verbal affection, others respond well to physical acts or material acts of affection. And so a person with a triangle on their right palm understands how a person's, their love language, how they speak from the heart, and how they respond in matters of affection, and utilizes it in a way to materialistically reap rewards from that. So they might marry someone who is wealthy, and that's not necessarily exploiting them, because they will be happy in that marriage. They'll make the other person happy because they understand, because they have strong high emotional intelligence. And often people with this, the best way to utilize this ability, this gift, is for them to become psychologists or love counsellors, or even talk show hosts. And this is an interesting one. So I just quickly, I thought about this triangle on the palm, and I thought, well, if you're a talk show host and you have a requirement to, for this high emotional intelligence, the best way to succeed from this would be to utilize that in matters of love, and to make a career out of this emotional intelligence. It'd be extremely helpful if you were a talk show host and you had this. So I looked up Oprah Winfrey, and straight away you can see there we've got a triangle on the Mount of Venus. There it is. And it's created as a result of a Mars line, and and also what looks like an influence line from the family ring. That could be some sort of heartbreak, and another line coming up here, but it's isolated and it's strong and it's on the right palm. So she's succeeded. She's made her success. She's made fortune. She's made a career for herself, and even fame as a result, from her emotional intelligence, from her ability to understand people's love language, among other things. I'm sure there's other reasons as to why and how she's become successful, I'm sure, but I just thought that was a really interesting point to note. And sure, you can have triangles on the palm that are created as a result of other major palmar lines, that come into contact with other lines, and sure enough, that will provide some sort of fortune and boosts supportively, in that area. But when it's an isolated palmar marking, the sign is much more specific. It's much more powerful. So again, just to give you an example of a triangle that's not isolated, so it's still a good sign, but it's not as potent. So here you can see a triangle, and that's created from an influence line, again from the family ring here. So that's an influence, and it could be an event from, it could be a supportive requirement at the time that this person needed it in their life, and that would be mid-30s, it looks like. Or it could be that that she had to, that it's the other way around, that she was required to stop working to support someone at home. It's not, it's the former, because of where the line comes from, where the line is most strong. But these influences, these events in our lives can teach us. We learn from them. And here's another one here as well that doesn't quite affect the life in quite the same way. And then the Mars line creates this overall triangle. So it's not completely isolated, but it is still there. So it's still a fortunate sign, it's still prosperous, and it still provides this person with the experiences that then enable her to provide an extra knowledge in this area, provide with this emotional intelligence over time, provide her with this and those experiences then have a knock-on effect and create and allow for charisma as well, and to utilize those experiences to in their career as well. So it's a very rare sign to have an isolated triangle like this anywhere, in fact, on the palm. But triangles, isolated triangles found on the palm, are very rare, unlike having some of the signs of fame, which I pointed out in several other videos. They can come and go, these sorts of isolated specific palmar markings like triangles. It depends on the depth, on the severity. This one here, the quality of the image isn't great, but we can still see it, so we know that this is quite a strong palmar marking. It's going to stick around for quite some time, and it's prominent, it's profound. So do you have a palmar marking like this? If you do, comment below. Please ask me any questions. You can email me, and if you found this useful, share, give it a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.